everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about the diversity destruction that is taking place throughout our culture, and it's, our movies, it's our products, it's everything that we see and interact with on a daily basis now. It just doesn't end, and I've talked about this numerous times. Plenty of other channels have talked about it. I'm sure you've seen it posted somewhere on Twitter or maybe on Facebook. Like most people, maybe you're ignoring it. Maybe you're not. Either way, I'm going to talk about it just because I feel I can. So the diversity destruction, it doesn't pertain just to a single thing. It's everything. It's all uncompensating. It's you're white. It's you don't pander enough to people of certain genders. It's whether it's gay, whether it's trans, it does not matter. You need to pander to these people, and you need to be on their side, because if you're not on their side, well, Nazi boy, you're goose stepping all the way down the street and they see it. This is insanity. These people who sit there and they try to police everybody else, and they come down with their PC culture so hard, and they tell you what you can and can't think, what you should and shouldn't be watching. They go ahead and they change your forms of entertainment, whether they're comics, movies, TVs, ads on TV for products that maybe you buy. They're telling you what you are going to see and what you're going to accept. And if you don't, you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're a misogynist. You are everything under the sun that you are not. And they sit there and they police people and they come down on people just like the Nazis did. These people claim they're against fascism. They claim they're against Nazis and the people that want to keep others down. Yet they employ the same tactics. You've seen it with Captain Marvel, where it's white men that have a problem, or maybe they're just racist, maybe they're women haters. You see it with Kathleen Horseface Kennedy, with her problems with Solo failing because it was white men. Or if you don't like it, too bad, because the Force is female and we're taking over. And if you don't like it, you're a crybaby. You're a racist. You're a sexist. I mean, this is how these people think. It's the PC culture. It doesn't end. Who else did you had? You had Roundhead Ruin Johnsonless. He sat there and he attacked the fans who didn't like The Last Jedi. Why? Because they're man babies. Because they're trolls. Because they're sexist. Because they're racist. It's always the same tactic with them. It's always the same words. It never ends. It's a repeating cycle of stupidity. You have Eric Klutzman with his diversity first in Star Trek Discovery, which I, by myself, refuse to watch. Everything I seen in the trailers, it just told me this is not something I want to watch. And I could care less. And then I seen other channels that I watch reporting on it, showing clips of some of this stuff. I'm granted it's short in clips because CBS is taken to the idea of policing people like Nazis as well and shutting them down if they air too much stuff from CBS, because we can't have Wrongthink out there speaking out against our franchise. This is the absurdity of the PC culture, of these SJWs, these lunatics. They are nothing but a new form of Nazism, and they're so blinded by their own stupidity that they don't even say it, and they would argue all day long that that's not what they're about. Yet they support groups like Antifa that go out there and attack people, that beat people. Why? Oh, well, because you don't have the right think. You're not promoting their narrative. Hence, you must be attacked. It's insanity. It really is. It truly is insanity. And how people can just keep turning a blind eye to this it's beyond me. I don't get it. You also had Alyssa Wong and her nonsense. Fuck Stan Lee. So what if he's dead? He's still a racist thief, an appropriator of culture. Just like that jerk Sapolsky. If I ever work at Marvel, I'll tear down as much of Stan Lee's so-called legacy as possible. Well, who is Cebulski? He is somebody who works for Marvel Comics. So what does Marvel Comics do in response to this? Marvel Comics hires Overwatch writer Alyssa Wong after she called editor-in-chief C.B. Cebulski a racist. This is how they deal with it. And what does somebody like Alyssa Wong do? Well, she's going to go after the comic book industry, and she's going to look to race change. She's going to look to gender swap. She's going to look to destroy established characters because she wants to see everything male and everything that the comic book community has cared about for sometimes up to 50 plus years. She wants to see it destroyed. Why? Because diversity. Because SJW mentality of this is the way it needs to be because we say so. And if you don't agree, well, you're everything that we say you are. And most people kowtow to this, and they bend the knee, and they go, well, I don't want to be wrong, think.
I don't want to upset anybody.
Man, fuck that. What have we gotten? What they recently did in the comic books with a female Thor. Now they're going to put that into a movie. Now they're calling for a female Captain America. Because, I guess having the Falcon as the new Captain America just isn't diverse enough. We need to have a woman because, well, woman. How could you not see a problem with this? How can you think that this is just fine? It's insanity. It is. So then we go into this freaking goof. CNN anchor that gets offended because, well, apparently, so one of the things to happen was Donald Trump apparently had attacked Congressman Elijah Cummings of Baltimore, Maryland, over his district of West Baltimore, saying infested with rodents and crime. And, well, this was a big no-no, apparently, because CNN anchor Victor Blackwell, he gets upset about it. And he goes a rant on CNN, crying about Trump put down his hometown. When he comes out and admits that, yeah, he used to live there. He doesn't live there anymore, but he's throwing that fake outrage out there. Why? Because they not only want to, but need to be offended. And this is the SJW mentality. This is the PC culture mentality. It doesn't matter whether or not there's any facts to it because, well, this guy says, I'm outraged. He's talking about a predominantly black neighborhood. According to this guy, according to Victor Blackwell, is predominantly black. So Trump is talking about it's an infestation of black people.
And I'm upset. And oh my God.
That's not exactly what he said. Now, Trump has said many stupid and ignorant things over the years, way before he ever became president. And if anybody doesn't think he does, you can just go back and look at some of the shit that he did on that TV show he had. He says ignorant shit all the time. This was just a fact. And I am not in any way a Trump supporter. But you know what? Facts are facts. I mean, you could look at stuff like this. Trash everywhere. But, it's because it's black. Talking with people who live there, say that there's rats all over the place, that it's like a plague of rats. Talking about crime, people talk about they're afraid to go out of their houses after dark. But no, this is all about racism. And there's not a rodent problem, but, apparently there's videos all over the place. There's pictures of rodents all over the place, and then there's an article about how a rat runs through a Fox reporter's live shot. But this isn't real, it isn't happening, because fake outrage. Fake outrage says so. Yeah, when you have fake outrage, you don't need anything else. So then we come to the last bit of story that I want to talk about. That umbrella guy. And he's not the first Comicsgate or YouTuber to be attacked, but he's one of the latest. So this jackass, Tim Doyle, nice picture, by the way, right? From what I understand, that is a real picture. Anyway, so he threatens that umbrella guy, and he makes claims that you're going to get what you deserve. You better watch yourself. Then out of nowhere, after all these freaking attacks over Twitter and everything, and they doxed him, gave out his information to other people, sent pictures of his wife and, his kid or whatever. And, yeah, saying, we know who you are. We know where you live. We know what's on your property. And the next thing you know, his mailbox is destroyed. And then you got this idiot, Renfa Mouse. So he, she, it claimed responsibility at one point for the mailbox. Maybe not directly, but posting shit like this sure seems to lead in that direction. Okay, maybe it's not proof, but you know what? It doesn't help a case saying that you had nothing to do with it when you're posting shit like that. It's just asinine. Why? Because it's another one of those PC outrage people who, no matter what, they got to put their name in the lights by doing something retarded. They can't help themselves. It's insanity at its worst. And I mean, everybody needs to really just pay attention to this shit. I mean, like from companies like Gillette, who are losing money because of their woke ads calling men toxic, to their trans commercials that nobody gave a rat's ass about, except a small like vocal minority. I mean, seriously. And then they continue to bash people. They lose money, and they don't understand why. They try to claim everything under the sun except for what it is. Their own asinine tactics. Their own stupid political motivations. I mean, these fucking people, they remind me of those old 1980s commercials with Ronald Reagan's wife, where she had the egg on the frying pan. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any question? Well, this is your brain. This is your brain on SJW mentality. Any questions? Anyway, guys, that's all I got to say. I will catch you next time. Later, y'all.